Despite their unique gifts and talents, INFPs often face a number of challenges in their personal and professional lives. Here are challenges INFPs have and how to overcome them. Difficulty with decision-making. INFPs tend to have a strong moral compass and are guided by their personal values. This can make it difficult for them to make decisions, especially if the decision conflicts with their beliefs. INFPs have a strong desire for harmony and may struggle with making decisions that may result in conflict or hurt someone's feelings. They may also struggle with choosing between options that are important to them and may have trouble seeing the big picture. INFPs can work on this by setting clear goals and prioritizing their values. They can also seek advice from trusted friends or family members or try to find a mentor who can provide guidance and support. Sensitivity to criticism. INFPs are highly empathetic and tend to take criticism very personally. They can become easily discouraged or upset if they feel they are not meeting their own or others' expectations. INFPs are sensitive individuals and may struggle with taking criticism or feedback. They may take negative comments or criticism personally and struggle to see it as constructive feedback. INFPs can work on this by focusing on their strengths and accepting that criticism is a part of life. They can also try to develop a thicker skin and learn to differentiate constructive criticism from personal attacks. Difficulty with conflict. INFPs dislike conflict and coping with unfavorable situations, especially if they can avoid it. While INFPs can speak up when something is very important to them, they are prone to letting little issues slip. They discover that they don't particularly love conflict or strife, especially if there are ways to avoid it. INFPs value harmony and peace, and they often have a hard time dealing with conflict or confrontation. They may avoid confrontation or give in too easily in order to maintain peace, which can lead to feelings of frustration and resentment. INFPs can work on this by learning effective communication skills and developing assertiveness. They can also try to understand the other person's perspective and find common ground. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Perfectionism. INFPs often have high standards for themselves and others, which can lead to feelings of disappointment and frustration when they don't meet those standards. INFPs can work on this by being more realistic and forgiving of themselves and others. They can also try to focus on progress rather than perfection. Struggles with structure. INFPs value their freedom and flexibility, and they may struggle with structure and routine. They may have a hard time following rules and regulations, and they may resist authority or control. INFPs can work on this by finding a healthy balance between structure and freedom. They can also try to establish routines and schedules that allow them to stay organized and productive. Overthinking. INFPs need time to digest before speaking. Unfortunately, even in the gentlest social circumstances, this isn't always possible, and they frequently talk or respond before they are entirely prepared. And when this happens, mediators will be repeating the conversation in their head for the next few hours, thinking of all the things they could have said. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop there. INFPs will overthink what they said and pick apart where they went wrong whenever something reminds them of that discussion or that day. They have a rich inner world, and they can become lost in their thoughts and feelings. They may overthink things and get stuck in analysis paralysis, which can hinder their ability to take action and make decisions. INFPs have a tendency to overanalyze situations and ruminate on past events, which can lead to stress and anxiety. They may struggle with letting go of negative thoughts and finding peace of mind. INFPs can work on this by learning to identify when they are overthinking and taking steps to shift their focus. They can also try mindfulness techniques such as meditation or deep breathing, which can help them stay present and reduce stress. Finding and maintaining relationships. From the outside, getting to know someone with an INFP personality is quite tough. They are self-conscious, quiet, and reserved individuals. They would rather keep their personal life private. Even when friendships grow, it's tough to tell if you've truly gotten to know someone who has the INFP personality type. If you ask a random INFP how they feel about their lives, they will tell you that they are lonely. INFPs have a strong desire for meaningful connections, but may struggle with maintaining relationships due to their tendency to hold on to grudges or easily get hurt. They may also struggle with finding the right balance between their own needs and the needs of others. INFPs can work to overcome this challenge by developing good communication skills and learning to manage conflict in a healthy way. They can also work to understand their own needs and work to meet them in a healthy way. Finding work-life balance. INFPs are often creative and passionate individuals who may struggle with finding a healthy balance between their work and personal lives. They may have trouble setting boundaries and prioritizing their time, which can result in burnout. INFPs can work to overcome this challenge by setting clear goals and priorities and working to manage their time and energy effectively. They can also try to limit their exposure to sources of stress and negativity. Managing stress. INFPs are sensitive individuals and may struggle with managing stress in a healthy way. They may internalize stress and struggle to find healthy ways to cope with it. INFPs can work to overcome this challenge by engaging in stress-reducing activities such as exercise, meditation, or mindfulness. They can also seek the support of friends and family members or seek out professional help if necessary. Staying organized. It's easy for INFPs to get bored with their regular activities and routines. For them to remain engaged, they must feel challenged and stimulated. They are therefore frequently drawn to activities that allow them to express themselves and discover new possibilities. INFPs frequently find routine work and activities boring and want variation and novelty in their life in order to stay interested. They are often creative and imaginative individuals who may struggle with staying organized and managing their time effectively. They may have trouble setting routines and schedules, which can result in missed deadlines or unfulfilled responsibilities. INFPs can work to overcome this challenge by developing routines and schedules and using tools such as calendars and to-do lists to stay on track. Communicating their thoughts and feelings. INFPs may struggle with expressing themselves in a clear and concise way, which can make it difficult for others to understand them. They may also struggle with articulating their thoughts and feelings in a way that is assertive. INFPs can work to overcome this challenge by seeking out opportunities to practice communication and working to develop strong, supportive relationships with friends and family members. Staying motivated. INFPs may struggle with staying motivated and focused on their goals, especially when they encounter obstacles or setbacks. INFPs can work to overcome this challenge by setting clear goals and priorities and seeking out opportunities for personal and professional growth. They can also work to cultivate a positive and optimistic mindset and seek the support of friends and family members when needed. Maintaining their own standards. INFPs have high personal standards and may struggle with maintaining these standards in a world that may not always align with their values. INFPs can work to overcome this challenge by setting clear boundaries and working to maintain their own standards in a world that may not always align with their values. They can also seek out supportive communities and relationships that align with their values. These videos will be really helpful for you.